Vedi Sangapadakramopanishadaihi Gayanti Samagaha Dhyana Bastita Tadgatena Manasa Ashintiyam Yoginaha Yasyantam Vidusura Suraganaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Okay, we read verse number 56. Dukkhe svanudvignamana Sukheshu vigataspruhah Vitaragavaya krodha Stitadhir muniruchyate Yassarvatrana visneha Tattat prapya subhashubham Navinandati na dveshti Tasya prajna pratisthita. So here, these next 18 verses, until the end of the chapter, that the answer to question of Arjuna. When Arjuna asked the question, O Lord, what is the description of a wise man? Stita prajna, who is established in himself. There is no doubt, no error. Stita dhi, again, stita dhi. There is no wavering, indecision anymore. There is absolutely no doubt whatsoever about the nature of one's own self. That is why jnana, the knowledge about one's own self, which should be sansaya viparyaya rahita jnanam. Knowledge means it should be free from doubt, it should be free from error. Doubt-free knowledge, error-free knowledge. Because most of the time, many times, people may have doubt-free knowledge, but it can be erroneous. We saw it in our introductory classes, in Tattva classes. You can have doubt-free knowledge, but it can be erroneous. The sky is blue, no doubt, erroneous. The sky has no color. Earth is flat, no doubt, doubt-free knowledge, but it is erroneous. Sun is rising, doubt-free, erroneous. Earth is steady, no doubt, erroneous. I am the body, doubt-free, erroneous. I am the thought, doubt-free, erroneous. Why do you call it erroneous? Because error means which is subject to correction and verification. When you investigate onto the nature of it, your conclusion changes. Earth is flat, erroneous because subject to correction and verification. The sun is rising or moving, erroneous because subject to correction and verification. I am the body, subject to correction and verification. Because I say I am the body, then I say I am the mind. I am agitated, I am young. So who am I? Youth with the body or agitated with the thought? So both I am different from. So when it's subject to correction, the identity of the I, the meaning of the word I, is subject to correction and verification, because as long as you take the I to be a relative role or relative identity, that long it will be subject to correction and verification. Only when you see the I, the absolute meaning of the word I, aham pratyaya gochara, the consciousness, awareness itself, which is universal, same meaning for everybody, then there is no confusion. Then it is free from error. As long as you take the relative to be absolute, it is erroneous. When you take relative as relative and absolute as absolute, anandam, happy with yourself. Live your life. Be the millionaire actor, play the role of a beggar. Be the god and play the fool. Be immortal, move with the mortality. Absolute pleasure. That is why Sthita Prajna. Sthita Prajna. In this knowledge there is no more wavering anymore. Sthitadi, samadhistha, samadhu, atmani tishtati, always abiding in himself. Such a person, O Lord, how does he move in the world? And when he says, or Bhagavan doesn't never answers his question as to how he sits, how he talks, how he hangs around. Because if he does so, everybody shall imitate the external behavior and the vision will be lost sight of. Therefore it talks about the mind of the wise person. What is the vision? Knows himself. Such a person, one who, dukkhe, last we saw that, yah sarvatra anavisneha, tat prapya subha subham, ana vinandati na dveshti, tasya prajna pratishtita. Hey Arjuna, know that person, his prajna, buddhi, understanding is established, who subham asubham prapya na anavisneha, na avisneha. Subham prapya, asubham prapya. By coming across opposite pairs of experiences, sometimes auspicious mode, sometimes inauspicious, sometimes comfortable, sometimes uncomfortable situations, everybody has to come across in life. You cannot escape. Today, big day in India, because the election result is coming. Now, please go to that place. You don't have to go to Delhi for it. The local election also, whether it's a politician, political party, supporter, go just stand from a distance and look at their mood. It will be total insanity. This is the party, nothing else. Shouting, fighting, drinking. If you are winning, celebrating. If you are defeated, killing yourself. Whole country today, millions and billions will be in that mood. Suppose you go and tell him, Navinandati na dvashti. If you win the election, there is no pleasure. If you are defeated, there is no remorse. Sthita prajna, be happy with you. Everybody will say, get lost. Are you getting that point? With this total insanity, total insanity. And under that spell of that insanity, people shall do today atrocious things. They can pull down the traffic, disturb everybody. They can burn down things, kill people, personal animosity, anger, hatred, jealousy, everything shall come to play. How many people shall be destroyed? Imagine. Whole world is not here. Wherever there is politics, wherever there is so-called mindless religious celebration, everybody goes overboard. If you talk to them about equanimity, they don't understand. Equanimity does not mean, please appreciate, average person thinks equanimity means no happiness, no unhappiness, no pleasure or pain, no auspicious, inauspicious. No. You must see it very clearly, this point. There shall be situations which are exciting. There shall be situations which are very comforting. There shall be situations which are uncomfortable. In spite of you, not because of you. I hope you did not bring in the summer to Tamil Nadu. Nor do you bring the rain last night that last did. You cannot escape these opposite pairs of situations in life. You cannot escape youth. nor can you escape old age. Youth is not your contribution to you. Body grows young. You just live. Sometimes it doesn't. Today morning, there is a newspaper, they have got a small article. 26-year-old boy, 26-year-old man, his growth is exactly like a 2-year-old boy, but he's 26-year-old. You must see that picture. It's a horror movie. 26-year-old boy. But something somewhere has gone wrong. Except his teeth, nothing grows. But he's 26-year-old, doesn't talk, doesn't know any language, smiles. 26. How do you like it? Always young. How do you like it? No, you want him to grow. That is why if you want somebody to grow, you can't say grow and only up to 25 and stop. No, death also will come. It's unnatural to escape and unnatural to expect that there shall be no death. That is why people are disappointed. Youth will come, therefore comfortable. Old age will come, naturally uncomfortable. Summer will come, heat will come, drought will come, flood will come, earthquake will come. It is human responsibility and wisdom by which you shall be happy in spite of the situation, not because of the situation. Understand? Your wisdom lies, if you can change, change. If you cannot change, learn to live with it. But in spite of the situations, you are happy with yourself. I am happy not because of a reason. I have explained to you so elaborately. If there is a reason for your happiness, you are an unhappy person. If there is a reason for your restfulness, you shall be unhappy, miserable. Because once the reason is withdrawn, your happiness is gone. The arrangement is disturbed, you shall be disturbed. If your happiness depends on a particular arrangement, me, my son, my daughter, my job, my this thing, anything goes wrong, your whole world collapses. Please understand. Knowing yourself is, to abide by one's own self is to know Shivoham, Shivoham. I am the auspiciousness, absolute. Sukhaswarupoham, I am the absolute. Anandoham, I am the bliss. It's not a repetition, but you see that reality very clearly for yourself. And therefore, Atmanyeva Atmana Tushtasanne, contented with yourself, happy with yourself, this happens. Subham Asubham Prapya, Sarvatra Anavishneya. Auspicious, inauspicious situations you cannot escape in life. Conducive, inconducive, favorable, unfavorable situations. You cannot escape. But when the favorable situation comes, na avinandati, you don't feel, oh, it's wonderful. When unfavorable situations arise, na dveshti, harsha vishada rahita, free from elation and depression. Elations and depressions are built-ups. Happiness, that is your nature, is same. Happiness is not a built-up. Elation is a built-up. Depression is a built-up. Are you getting that point, please? Silence is not a built-up. A whisper can be a built-up. Pandemonium can be a built-up. Big noise, you build it up. Slow noise, you can build it up. But silence is a built-up. Please build up a silence. What is that, a build-up? Happiness is not a built-up. Your being with yourself is not a built-up. That is, whatever thought comes, whatever may be the condition of the body, you are at rest with yourself. Take care of the body. Taking care of the body is different from being obsessed with the body. Taking care of a situation is different from being obsessed with a situation. Hunger comes, please understand, hunger comes, so you must eat. But if there is an obsession with only this food, then you have a problem. Hunger can go with any food. Best food comes, thank you. Ordinary food comes, thank you. Whatever comes in life, and you can produce it for yourself. Whatever comes in your life, you are absolutely happy with it. Because you are at rest with yourself. But imagine the people who are under the spell of elation and depression. Today you shall see. Totally you can see. Political parties which are winning. Oh, hundreds of crackers, thousands of people shouting, dancing, jumping. Just to go there and announce, sit down, quieten down, quieten down. Be happy with yourself. They will shoot you down. They will shoot you. Don't get elated, you will be depressed later on. Or the people who are defeated, they are now depressed, they are crying. What is there? Don't worry, next will come, That is why average person doesn't listen to these things. Why? Pradipta gruhe kupakhananam. When the house is on fire, you don't start digging well. That is why long before you come under the spell of the emotions, understand how to handle emotions. Don't say not to have emotion. Must learn how to handle emotion. Are you getting that? Don't say don't eat. Tell him how much to eat, what to eat. It's so very important. That's the whole Gita, Shastra and the whole Upanishads. They never tell you don't. Don't do this, don't do this. No. How to do this. They don't tell you not to act. You saw that Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga means inaction or how to act. It will come again and again. You will be tired. You will be tired. Arjuna again and Bhagavan says, Tasmat yuddhaya ujjasva. Therefore fighting for fighting's sake. Tasmat uttishthanga uddhaya uddhaya krutanischa. Get up and fight. Tasmat kuru karmatvam. Therefore act on. That is because people have the misconceived notion. Happiness means inactivity. What are you doing these days? Meditating. Hey, meditating is not an activity. Reading? Yes. Meditating? What is this meditating? Meditation is an activity. Meditation is being with yourself. That's not an activity. But how many meditation camps? How many meditation groups? How many meditation tricks? You have you understand, is making silence an activity. Please appreciate. What are you doing these days? Meditating? Being yourself is not an activity. Taking a role is an activity. Playing a role is an activity. But being the actor is an activity? Think. Being the actor, is it an activity? Taking a role is an activity. Choose a role, play the role, remember the script. That's an activity. And those things you cannot stop because you have to play your role with your body, with your mind, extension of the body. You have to. Therefore, when you are thus acting in life through your body, with your body, mind and the whole world, you cannot escape different types of situations. Okay? So that the situation comes is not a problem. My sneha means my obsession with it, my attachment with it, or my expectations from it makes me miserable. So when you are happy with yourself, you accept the result as it is. You want to change? Try. Nobody takes away your privilege of changing the result. Try. Nothing wrong. You do it, fantastic. Cannot do it, excellent. Both ways. You are happy with yourself. Having told this, now he says, how else he moves in the world? Yada samharate chayam kurmongani vasarvasah indriyani indriyarthebhyah tasya prajna pratisthita yada samharate chayam kurmongani vasarvasah indriyani indriyarthebhyah tasya prajna pratisthita. Beautiful verse. See, when you're reading these words, you must apply it to yourself. Am I doing this? Dukheshu anudvignamana. When the dukkha comes, no anxiety. Sukha comes, no craving. Shubham comes, no sneha. Ashubham comes, no resistance. Auspicious, inauspicious. Comfortable, uncomfortable. Whatever situations happens in life, I am always with myself. Tasya prajna pratisthita. So you put yourself onto the test. And there's another coming now. So sweet. So many tests. If one you pass, you'll pass suddenly in everything. That's the trick. If you can do it one, are you getting that? To know driving, should you drive every type of car or just learn driving? Once you learn driving, can you say, I know only Toyota, Honda I cannot drive. Driving, if you learn driving, any car. Swimming, if you know swimming, where shall you swim? Anywhere. Why? Swimming means what? Learning to float. Not allowing yourself to sink. You know how to float. Once you develop that knack, you are floating. Listen. Once you learn to float, does it matter if there is 6 feet water under you or 6 mile water under you? 600 feet under you? You are floating. So it doesn't matter. You know how to float. Same thing also. If you can handle one situation, one thing fits into your life, you can fit in everywhere. That is why this knowledge is so easy. If you really understand, everybody, please understand friends, everybody unconsciously living this life like a wise man, but doesn't know that is wise. Because many times, call it a concentration camp, call it human situations in ordinary life, in a home. The son is not well, the wife is dying, the husband is sick, something somewhere happens. How people survive? You think? Everybody is not aware of himself, absolute Vedanta knowledge, but still people survive. How do they survive? Unconsciously they are moving into themselves. That is how we survive. If you can make him conscious at that time, wherever you are with yourself. Just like when you go to a temple, you go to any place, a beautiful place, stand in front of the mountain, watching a sunset. Oh, what do you say? Oh, it's so beautiful. What is so beautiful? Sunset or your mind at that time? Your mind or you are at that time? You are beautiful. When you listen to the music, everything is suspended. You are at rest with yourself. What do you say? Oh, it's so nice. What is so nice? Yourself. That is why we say everybody has the experience of it, but you don't have the knowledge of it. Somebody points it out. Bas. And when you are conscious, you do it consciously. Yada sammarate ayam purushaha, ayam sthita prajna kurma anganiva sarvasaha sammarate tasya prajna pratisthita. Sammarate what? Indriyani, indriyarthebhya sammarate. When, simple translation, when, like a turtle, how effortlessly the turtle withdraws his limbs at the slightest hint of danger. That effortlessly, when a person can withdraw unto himself in the slightest hint of a crisis, that person, wise one. They see the beauty. The turtle is walking. The moment he senses there is a little danger, tortoise, the moment he senses little danger, what? How long it takes him? All the legs in, the mouth in, tail in, finished. Now these jackals will come, they will do this way, that way, roll, roll, roll. You can't touch it. It's such a hard shell. Nobody can touch it. You are protected. This is protected. See the beautiful example. In the same way, whoever the person, the slightest hint of upcoming disharmony, anger, emotion, hatred, anything coming up, withdraws unto himself. Meaning, if you are continuously aware, listen carefully, if you are continuously aware of yourself, of course you don't need to withdraw. But as you are engaging yourself in activity, you know where to engage, you know also when to withdraw, when to stop. Wisdom does not mean inactivity. Listen carefully. Withdrawal presupposes involvement. Right or wrong? Unless you are involved, how can you withdraw? What is withdrawal? Withdrawal means first you must be involved to withdraw, no? So the wise man is no involved with anything in life, then what is a withdrawal? You understand the point? How sweet it is. For you to withdraw, first you must be involved. So you must know both the way to engage, the way to disengage. You can drive the car, you can also stop the car. You drive but you cannot stop. Now what will happen? Suppose you drive the car but you cannot stop it. Hey, stop it, stop it, stop it. Where is the brake? You can only initiate a problem but you cannot solve a problem. You must know how to engage, you also must know how to disengage. Both ways you shall be successful, both ways you should be able to do it. Because usual picture is, wise man means what? Where does he live? So samsari means what? Samsari means everybody who is married, involved with life, samsari. In our batch there was a brahmachari, he was very funny. So one day he gave a definition of samsari. What is that? When a brahmachari catches some sari, it becomes samsari. Okay? Anyway, funny. Anyway, think of it. So people think, brahmachari, so wise person means unmarried. Wise person unmarried. Then you should forget these books, because Krishna was much married, not 1, 4, 5. Ashtapata Mahishi, 8 beautiful princesses. And then Vasishtha, Yajnavalkya, 2 wives. Vasishtha, Arundhati, Kapila Devavati Sambhada, I don't know. So, okay, just think of it. Shiva talking to Parvati, so the whole Tantra Shastra is useless. Why? Because Shiva is married. These type of ideas have gone into people. No, you must know how to engage, you also must know how to disengage. If you know only how to, if you know how to get in, but you don't know how to get out, it's a mess. That is why Abhimanyu was killed. Abhimanyu was destroyed because he knew how to get into the Chakravyuha, into that wheel formation in the strategic warfare, into the wheel formation. Arjuna, Abhimanyu knew how to get in, but did not know how to get out. So he was killed by the people. You know how to get in, but you don't know how to get out. The person who must know. Are you getting that, please? So people think to be a wise person means not to get involved. It's like a monkey. One day the monkey was on the side of a spring. He was playing, jumping from the water, jumping from the tree, jumping, all that monkeys, they'll pull each other and jump into the water also. Then suddenly the monkey's attention was attracted by the fish. And the monkey was overwhelmed by the compassion. Ayo, these fish, they are drowning. So he started removing this and putting it here. Removing everything, putting it here. When you remove the fish from the water and put it down, are you killing them or keeping them alive? So you want to protect people from samsara, remove them from society and put them in a cave. Are you killing them or making them alive? Understand? The person must know how to live. Too much it has gone into, sannyasi is a wise person means one who has no wife, no husband, no children, unmarried people are wise. Who said that? A wise man may choose to be unmarried, but does not mean unmarried fellows are wise. A wise man may choose to be a bachelor, but a bachelor is not wise. Are you getting that point? You must see that. So, he is fully engaged, knowing how to disengage himself. Not unconscious activity, unconscious engagement. Like a person, youngster, goes to a beach, playing with water, playing with water, playing with water, playing, suddenly drowning. It happened to me in 25 years back in here in Kutralam. I was there in Kutralam, those days there are not many people. We had gone to, there is a beautiful place where the waterfall and springs are there. You go there swimming. So I went up. After a bath in the lower fall, I went higher up, walking up. There are nobody, and it's a beautiful pond. Me and another 2-3 fellows sitting there. I had a swim and then I was sitting down there. Suddenly I saw one fellow jumping. Of course, jumping, what's the problem? Everybody comes to jump only, and nobody comes to sit down there. Jump. But the next thing I see is drowning. Jumping and ooh, like that. I say, what? This fellow, when somebody jumps in front of you, you must expect that fellow knows swimming. Then he was really struggling. Then I jumped and pulled the fellow out. Then in my little broken Tamil, I said, do you know swimming? Do you know? He says, no. I was surprised. I said, what? Then why did you jump? I felt like. He felt like jumping. Why? Playing with water, playing with water. Okay, he'll get in. So you get in, suddenly you are drowning in the sea. You think only people do that in the beach. In life's ocean, what do? You meet somebody. Start with a playful relationship. Hello, how are you? Are you free for the evening? Yes. Shall we go for a movie? Yes. Shall we have a little dinner? Yes. Can I come next weekend also? Yes, yes. Can I have your SMS? Can I have your exchange? Can I? Then what happens? Drowning. Now drowning. I can't live without him, can't live without her. What happened to you? Your engagement is unconscious, therefore you cannot disengage. Understand how dangerous it is. If you are consciously getting into a relationship, you should be able to cut it off just like that. Are you getting that point, please? You must see. Unconscious activities destroys you. However loving, caring, nice that activity may be, it shall completely destroy you. Unconscious activity. Before you know, you are becoming caring, you are compassionate and overwhelmed by it. You can't stop. Then you shall cry, the person is not accepting my help. Why are you desperate to help? Are you getting that point, please? Unconscious involvement. So, the moment you discover your help is not wanted, your attention is not wanted, your presence is not solicited, you withdraw. How? As effortlessly. As effortlessly, the turtle withdraws limbs. What is talked about is effortlessness. In withdrawal, there is no effort. The turtle when he withdraws, does he put forth effort? There is no effort. Effortlessly withdraws. And does he stay there for all the time? After some time walks out and walking also. Kurma anganiva, so beautiful. Kurma anganiva, like kurmas, like a turtle, as he withdraws himself. Where from? Indriyani indriyarthebhya. He can withdraw the sense organ from the sense object. So for your sense organ to be removed from the sense object, your sense organ must already been involved with the sense object. The thought has come, listen carefully. If you are capable watching at the level of the thought itself, fantastic. If you are catching at the level of the thought, now you are consciously acting at the level of your sense organ. Now you are taking your body to listen to a sound, a music, see a dance, touch something, taste something, smell something. The moment you discover that is not desirable, not wanted, withdraw, immediately come away. There is no disappointment. That is the sign of wisdom. In wisdom, there is no disappointment. Always happy with yourself. Always happy with yourself. Again and again when you say that, this language will be very difficult to understand for the person who are depressed, dejected, terribly disappointed and despondent, full of grief in life. The person, how can you say that? When I lose something, how can I not grieve? What is that you lose? Think for yourself. क्या लाया था जो खो दिया? What is that you brought to this world that you lost? Did you bring anything in this world to lose it? No. So it was not yours? Yes. Now it is not yours. One fellow was walking in the street. He was walking in the street. And he, looking here and there as well, suddenly did not see that there is a electric post. So he hit against the electric post. Then, when you hit against the electric post with your head on, how do you like it? Oh boy, hey, it's Kundalini, his enlightenment, so much lights and stars. The fellow holds it, sits down there on the right roadside. Then whoever, naturally if somebody sits down like this, what will happen? Whoever comes that day, what happened? What happened? Now, he is going through all the pain. Fresh, solid, fresh pain. And that time everybody is asking, what happened? What happened? Now he doesn't have even a breath. Has not taken he can't even breathe. Now what is the question of talking to them? But when, what happened? 10 people started talking, he got so fed up. When he took deep breath, he said, do you see that electric post? Yes, I did not see. Do you see that? Yeah. Some people don't see. That is why they are always hit. If you see through your whole life, wisdom means, are you getting that point? Wisdom means seeing through the whole thing. This is, I am with myself now, happy. But thoughts are there. Body has to be lived. You have to have a job. Maybe you have to have a family. Don't think ashram is not a family. Ashram also is a family. In your family, there is one husband, one wife, one children. In ashram, 100 children. 100 different types of emotions. With somebody you are friendly, with somebody you are one young one, you are a small one, others a big one, to somebody you love, affection, somebody with love and affection. So many relationships. Are you not going through mutually? Think of it. Mutually, when you are staying here, are you not going through different types of emotions? Sometimes you say, he's very nice fellow. Crook, you're a rascal. Oh, same fellow was nice. Suddenly he's a crook. How come? I like that person. Very nice. He's so nice. Very kind. And then, I did not know the fellow is a Rakshas. Yeah, he's terrible. Oh, what happened? What happened? It's a big family. And as I told you the other day, because here the interest, everybody's interest is being with yourself. Each one's interest is being with myself. Therefore, mutually help each other to grow, not to pull each other's leg. That is why ashram. Study, antevasi, living with a teacher, so that you help each other to grow, not pull each other's leg. That fellow is stupid. That is why he is here. It's like you complaining you complain in the hospital, the doctor complains. Only sick people are coming, then why healthy people shall come to you? For what? If the healthy people come, they come for checkup. So here people are like that, coming for a checkup. Am I okay? Scanning yourself. So these classes are like scanning. You put yourself against this. Clear picture you can see. This is the test case. As even the turtle is walking, the moment there is a slightest hint of danger, effortlessly withdraws unto himself. Not to withdraw forever, but next again to come back when the situation is okay. That way, you are totally involved with life. Indriyani with indriyarthebhya, with indriyartha. Sense organs with the sense object. You are seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling. living your life, eating, producing, every type of activities, doing you are living through your life, suddenly there is a hint of disharmony. Withdraw. You know where to be. Permanently withdrawn? No. Things have changed again. Hello, how are you? Hey, yesterday you were angry with him? Yesterday. Hey, day before yesterday he behaved like a rogue. Today is a different day, different person. Freshness. Absolute freshness with which tasya prajna pratishtita. Then only that prajna pratishtita. That's the person is abiding in himself. Okay? Then Bhagavan says, okay, suppose somebody takes it literally. So like a, what is that? A turtle, he completely withdraws himself. So some people think wisdom means withdrawal. So they go into forest. They go into cave. They stay there. Why are you wasting your time? Do you know why? Read that. If you a wise person may withdraw, but by withdrawing you don't become wise. Are you getting that? A wise person may withdraw. Like people who come, oh, we must go to Tiruvannamalai. Why? Because Ramana Maharshi came to Tiruvannamalai. He had a vision, then he came. Not that he didn't come here for the vision. Did he come here to discover the truth? He had already found the truth, settled down here. Why? He thought Arunachala is my father. That is his upbringing, that is his Tamil culture, influence. He knew about it. So he thought, this is the Shiva, my house. So he comes. Did not come here for enlightenment. He was enlightened and came. So by visiting a place, you don't become enlightened. Understand? You can put on a wise man may put on a dress, but putting on a dress, you don't become wise. Are you getting that point? Again and again. So somebody says, that the person who is happy with himself, happily can withdraw to himself. So immediately somebody says, withdraw, go into the world. No, simply going away doesn't solve the problem. Next verse will say. I'll tell you an incident. Read. Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehinah rasavarjam rasopyasya param društva nivartate Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehinah rasavarjam rasopyasya param društva nivartate. A person who simply withdraws from the world in the name of wisdom and stays in an isolated place, denying himself every type of sense perception, definitely it will so happen, he will not remember the sense objects after some time. But he cannot get out of the subtle taste for the sensations which he had experienced before. Vishayaha vinivartante niraharasya dehina. Niraharasya, nirahari, one who is not eating, consuming, experiencing, sensing, one who is not sense experiencing, not consuming the sense object, meaning no sound, no touch, no taste, no smell, no sight, withdraws, nirahara. Such a person who lives in isolation, vishayaha vinivartante, sense objects will be forgotten. They will be far away. Why? Because sense organs, sense objects do not announce themselves to you. You go for the sense object. Right or wrong? Does the sweet come to your home walking? This fellow loves sweet. I am in his fridge. You came home and mangoes have rolled after you. Does it happen? So if you are withdrawn, you really forget. Niraharasya dehinaha. Dehi, the one who is individual, who is no more consuming the sense objects but living in isolation. Vishaya vinivartante. The objects will drop out. Drop out means already dropped out, because you are not involving, there will be a natural forgetfulness. That is why when you live far away from your home, your college, your school, your friends, your known society, at least for some time you will feel comfortable. Why? Memories, forgotten. Like you don't speak a language, you will forget a language. If you don't speak a language, suppose you speak your mother tongue and 20 years you have not talked, chances are you may forget. Anything. You don't see somebody, for some time you will forget. So sense objects also you can forget. But it has a problem. Rasavarjam. The rasa. Rasa means the taste. The taste for the sense experience shall be deep inside you. When you don't see sweets for a long time, sweet is forgotten. But the rasam is there. When shall you know the rasam is there? The moment you see that sweet, whoo, the whole thing comes back. There was a beggar. He wanted to be rich, but how can he be rich? He is begging. Begging, nobody has become rich. Beggary as a profession shall keep you rich all the time. They say nicely, Vanijye vasati Lakshmi, Tadardham Krushikarmani, Tadardham Rajasevaya, Bhikshyam Naivacha Naivacha. Vanijye vasati Lakshmi. You want to be rich and prosperous? Vanijye vasati Lakshmi. Lakshmi, the goddess of prosperity, resides in trade and commerce. You want to be rich? You engage yourself in trade and commerce. That is why countries like Singapore, retailing, trade and commerce, heavy. Middleman always gets plenty. We sell the mango, 1 kilo, 7 rupees. The fellow sells there 25 rupees. Just to sell, he gets 18 rupees. Putting the tree, looking after it, catching, watching it from the animals, preventing it from being stolen, 10 rupees. He sells it to the middleman, 15 rupees. And how many trees you have got? 10 trees. He gets mango from 10,000 trees. So he is a multi-billionaire, you are happy with your mango quota. Eh? That mango stone. Are you getting that? Business. Vanijya vasati Lakshmi. That is why people, those who run the religious organization like a Vanijya, trade and commerce, they will be very rich. Organized religions. You can sell God also commercially. Commercially you can sell a practice. Half a day, 20 rupees, 2 days, 30 rupees, touching the nose alone, 500 rupees, all over 5 million rupees. Different rate. Different per different thing. You can, if you sit down, there is somebody was telling, somebody has put up some, what is that, mercury linga or something. I don't know how far it is true. Somebody was telling me, the mercury lingam, and the water is flowing around it. Water is flowing around. The business is, if you have a dip, 100 rupees, all your disease will be cured. So big mercury lingam. That's an unusual thing. So people hear, oh, mercury will cure. So you put it up. So 100, if you have a bath, 5 minutes, 100 rupees. Now everybody can't give 100 rupees. So there is a shortcut also. Only for the feet, 5 rupees. So you go for 5 rupees and come back. Successful business. Same thing in temple. This puja, 50 rupees, that puja, 20 rupees, some puja, 5 rupees. For every type of packet. Why? Because we don't want to lose our clientele. 5 rupees also fine, 5,000 also fine, 5 lakhs also fine. There are people. Vanijya vasati Lakshmi. You want to be prosperous? You must learn this trade. How to sell God also. How to sell a trick also. That is how people become rich. Tadardham krushikarmani. If you engage yourself in agriculture activity, you shall be half prosperous. The greatest prosperity is in trade and commerce. Tadardham krushikarmani. Tadardham rajasevaya. Half of it is in government service, rajaseva, your service, working for somebody, not independent business. But if rajaseva is an organized crime, if politicians today, to be a politician, you have to be a millionaire. Previously, people became politician to become rich. Now only rich fellows can be politician. Time is changing, no? Because generations are growing. Please understand, everywhere. It's not only politics. Previously, during when we were studying, even my father's time, anybody wanted school, can be go. Anybody wanted to be engineer, you choose the career. Career did not choose you. You want to be engineer? Okay. You want to be doctor? Okay. Because there are only 10 students passing 120 colleges. Now there are 10 million students. So what happens? Best student only. Only the best student. Other people cannot come. So you have to pay money to go there. You pay money to get into that. Think of it. Same thing. Poor people were taking it as an ideal to serve people. Now that has become very rich. So you have to make politics rich. Politicians means rich. You have to, what? Religious people, political people. Oh, it's a whole world. Please see that psychology. Anyway. Tadardham rajaseva. If you work for them, that will be little. Bhiksham naivacha naivacha. In beggary, you shall never be rich. Unless you make an organized beggary. There are mafias. They collect children, dismember them and sell them and collect at the end of the day the beggar king. Understand how it is. Slumdog millionaire. Talk, some little bit. Think of it. Bhiksham naivacha naivacha. You, in a beggary, there is just absolutely no choice. So if you completely give up everything, suppose you completely give up everything, rasavarjam, rasam will be left. So there was a beggar. Story I started from that, no, there was a beggar. And why that beggar? He was trying to be rich. And then, see, the mind comes back. The beggar, he purchased it on the lottery ticket, because he doesn't want to beg all the time. And lucky he got a jackpot. And then he became very rich. Overnight millionaire. Then what happens? He goes to, one day now, if you simply, because you got the million, you don't become millionaire, you should have the expression of a millionaire. So he purchased his new house, brand new car, good dresses, and then of course rings, gold, emerald, diamond, all the rings, everything everywhere. And then driving a new car, is going around to show off, and one day driving, and he saw some people are standing by the side of the road. By his old habit, because he was living on the roadside, no. Whenever there is a people, he will be the first participant. So the moment he saw people, he forgot. Parked the car, got out and stood there. And he saw free laddu distributed. Free sweets are being distributed. So everybody is getting free sweets. So can he get out of it? Can he, can he lose it? No. He goes straight. And he manages to go to the first, because he knew the trick of reaching the first in the line. So he goes there and he collects. When he shows his hand and takes that laddu, his hand he closes, no. All the rings are visible. The fellow who was giving, his jaw fell. Because why this rich man with so much of diamond and emerald is taking this? Then this man recognized, oh God. So he comes back and throws the sweet and says, this is the time the beggar has to come. Where else the beggar has to come? In a beggarly situation, beggar will be invoked. So when you are living away from everything, rasam, the taste for everything is there. Then one day, you see what? Take a human relations. See, suppose you are disappointed in your love, therefore you run away. You did not get food, therefore you run away. You did not get something, therefore you run away. After staying for 1 or 2 years, one day you saw a very nice man or a beautiful girl. Rasam. The ocean comes back. By chance that girl comes and says, oh, you are so nice, where are you? But little interest it takes in you. She takes a little interest in you. Now you think, oh, the whole ocean now comes. After that, nobody should look at her or talk to her. Why? She is yours. You have already created a boundary around her. Is yours. Or the girl creates a boundary around him. Think. Or is she little sweet? Oh, that is the sweet, I always wanted, but you can't have it. Very partial, this place. You'll be so hungry. Just think. Rasa bharja. This rasam is very deceptive. The taste for the object, the taste for a music, taste for a sound, taste for a touch, taste for a smell, taste for a sight, the taste. Deep inside it stays. The right time it explodes. Rasa bharja. So simply withdrawing doesn't solve the problem. One person, again, 1983, when I came here, 84, first time in ashram, one young man came. He did his IIT in Madras, went to Bangalore, very educated, highly educated boy, but somehow got disappointed and he came back. He wants to be a sadhu, give up everything. Somehow he came to know that I am staying here, so he reached me. I still remember that boy, tall, dark boy, and he says, Swamiji, I want to come here, I want to do some meditation in a cave. I told him, please don't do that. Have you studied anything? What are you doing? I went from the IIT, class 2, 3 years, I'm working. I said, look, have you ever studied Upanishad, Gita, all these things? Have you ever studied? He said, no. I said, don't go to the cave. Don't be alone. This gets into people's head that nobody can teach, nobody can help. Yesterday I was watching an interview. First statement the fellow says, after long years I have discovered nobody can talk about this, nobody can teach me. Then why are you giving the interview? What are you talking about? You put such a wrong, destructive ideas into people. Nobody can teach. So you have to do it by yourself, be a light unto yourself. How? When you are in the darkness, how are you going to be a light unto yourself? Huh? If you are such a light, you would have been lit up by now, no? You are a darkness unto yourself. Ignorance. Somebody points out. Reveals. Already we have seen all that. So I said, do that. Study something. Then he said, no, I have to. What can I say? I said, it will be nice if you study something. Somewhere, don't worry where it is. Then go back to that cave and think over it. Engage, keep your mind engaged. If you don't give your mind engagement, it will go crazy. Simply withdrawing will not solve your problem. Whatever I had to tell, I told. I left him. Believe me, exactly after 8 to 9 days, his dead body was floating in a pond. And that Ganesha temple there, no? In the Girivalam path, there is a pond. He has jumped, committed suicide. Must have felt frustrated. Many people get into this type of trauma. All because self-prescribed medicine. Just like in hospital, in drugs. When self-prescribed medicine you start taking without being a doctor, without being an expert, what do? You kill yourself. You don't know what are the side effects. Self-imposed discipline, self-imposed practices without a purpose. Are you getting that point? Discipline, okay, good, that's good for you. But without a purpose, it becomes only hardship, austerity, denial. It means nothing. You remain in the same spot. It's like you jumping on the spot. You are jumping, 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 jumping. You are jumping, but you are not covering any distance. Lot of austerities, lot of denial. Therefore, you shall be only talking about the glory of austerity. But it leads nowhere. Frustration. Understand? Rasa varjam. So, because these things, the essence, this taste for the things stays inside you. How do I get out of it? Beautiful. Rasopi asya purushasya, rasopi. For this person, param društva rasopi nivartate. When you see the nature of yourself, that you are the happiness, even that taste for that thing also goes away. Why that taste lingers? With a hope that that object will bring me happiness. Are you seeing the subtle thing? Why do you give importance to anything? Ask yourself the question. Why do you give importance to anything? Because that something gives you security. That something gives you happiness. That something gives you comfort. Are you getting that? That is why you give importance. Whichever something does not give you security, does not give you happiness, will you give it importance? Whoever helps you suddenly become very important. Why? Because without him we cannot do anything important. So why do I remember the sensations? Because that is my only source of happiness. Little sound, little touch, little taste, little smell. That is the average person. Little beggars in the doors of universe. Looking for little sound, little touch, little taste. That is why to such people if we say, don't do it, what will they say? No, they will not agree. Why? Because what they are getting from the world, that is gone. Absolute never comes. Ubhaya vrashta. The world is gone, truth is not there. So they catch, they carry, they keep that little with themselves. It is just like, understand, it is just like a person who gives up a job but keeps the line going with the company. Why? In case I don't like that unemployed state, I'll go back there. So sometimes your mind keeps something like that, insecurity. Let it be there. So that by chance, I don't like these things, I can always go back. Understand? Rasam. How do I get out of it? Param društva nivartate. When you see the param, atmanam, deshakala vastu parijada sunyam, atmanam društva nivartate. When you see yourself, which is beyond time, space and objectivity, available at all times, all places, all conditions, nivartate. You shall get out of it. Why? Because once in Rishikesh, it happens. A story comes down from teacher to student like that. In Rishikesh, people study these Upanishads, Vedas, Gita, they study. Old people, elderly people, they retire there, they go to Ganges Bank to die. So they eat in an ashram, attend some satsang. So mostly elderly people. So the people will be sitting down there and morning, somebody, brahmachari, those who are picking up how to teach, and they will be sitting, or Swami will be sitting, teaching. So they will usually have there, they will take, when they go there, everybody will carry a banana. Think this is a banana. Okay? They will carry, everybody when they go to class, they will have their Gita book. Of course, specs, because they can't see when they are 60, 70, and one banana. 2, 3 bananas, they will keep it in their pocket and they will keep it and go. Achha. So they are studying. And there when the teacher starts teaching, so then they pick it up. Finish. So when that now the teacher is talking, they put it down. And now listen. Now the teacher stopped. Again he said, Yada sammarade chayam. Huh? What is the specs? The specs is gone. You know what happened? The monkeys. They are on the trees. They will be looking. So the moment this fellow keeps it there and closes his eyes, he comes and takes the specs and goes up. And now he is trying to put it. You know the monkeys. They'll try to say, he'll try to put it. So that is the time they take the banana. They'll take the banana and put it under the tree and come back and sit down. The monkey will hold the specs in one hand, come down. And now he holds the banana. Now in one hand, specs, other hand, banana. Now can he stay ground? He can't stay in the ground. He has to go up. Now both the hands are busy. Now how does he go up? He can't go up. Which one he will drop? The specs. Param društva nivartate. When he sees the better thing, the lesser thing drops out. Same way. Previously you are thinking this object gives me happiness, therefore you are holding on to object. Now when you know I am the happiness, the object drops, the taste for the object is drops means what? You understand? Drops means what? You have no more adding any importance to it. Don't take that example, drop, drop, drop. What is there to drop? Just because the object is there, are you troubled or what? Just because a thought is there, are you troubled? If you are happy with yourself, why should a thought trouble you? Why an object trouble you? Object troubles you if you have a value for it. If you don't have a value for it, like you are a person who is Bernard Shaw. For you, 11 people this side, 11 people that side, 11,000 watching. What? Cricket. 11 fools this side. Because he was least interested in this cricket. 11 fools this side, 11 fools that side, 11,000 watching the nonsense. To him, if you give him a cricket match, ticket for the cricket match, what shall he say? Are you nuts? He has no interest. If you have no interest, what is the object which can disturb you? Name please. So if you feel disturbed, object disturbing you or you are disturbing yourself? Think. Are you getting that point, please? When you feel disturbed, the object is not disturbing you. Because you have a value for it, therefore you feel disturbed. There is about a couple, they are great saints. A story goes about them. They were both walking. Man and his wife, they are walking. Then man was walking in the front, the woman was in the behind. So the man saw there is a gold ring on the road. Then he said, oh my God, if my wife sees it, she will be definitely tempted, she will take it. So she started sitting down there and putting some mud on that, then started walking. The wife caught up. Then wife said, why, what are you doing there? He is a very honest person, can't tell lies to his wife. He said, no, look, we are going and we know we have taken to this life of renunciation. We are not supposed to get attracted by gold. I saw there was a gold there, and there's a gold ring there on the road. So I thought if you see that, you being a woman, you will be interested in the ornament. So you may be tempted by it. That's why I covered it up with the dust. He said, you must be really, what is wrong with you? Why are you covering the dust with the dust? Why are you covering the dust with the dust? Still you think gold is gold? And therefore don't say gold is bad, gold and dust are one and the same. Understand the attitude. If you have a value for it, it will attract you. If you don't have a value for it. So, rasam goes up. So now look at yourself. Do you have such a rasam inside you? Taste for things. And what are those things? Look. What type of taste you can have? Think, just think for yourself. What type of things can leave taste for you? Music, sabda, sparsha and rasa. These two are most important. I told you, sparsha, the touch culminating in sex, taste and food. These two are very strong. Leaves behind really rasa, taste. As I told you, physical touch means just not only sex, but the relationship, emotion. Somebody loved you, you are loved, you are wanted, you are desired, somebody respected you, somebody provided for you, somebody cared for you. The feeling of being cared, being needed, being looked up to, very, very addictive. Very, very addictive. You are being looked up to. You are being needed. You are being consulted. That sense of importance, are you getting that? It packs up. That is why to accept yourself as nobody, so difficult. Yes, it is difficult to accept yourself as nobody because you have a rasam for being somebody. You have got a taste for being somebody. So, how do I get out of it? Be the most wonderful thing. What is that? Infinity, absolute. Not only I, everybody is same thing. Nivartate. The taste for anything will drop out. Why? You are happy with yourself. Having seen it again. Now it is your choice. I am free from hold of everything. There is nothing which ties me down. Nothing which binds me. You choose. That is why when you choose something, you don't blame somebody. Oh, I am happy with myself, but I want to eat some sweet. But diabetic, okay, I will face it. I am very happy with myself, but that fellow is making me really angry, I must talk. Okay, give a piece of your mind, face the consequences. The trouble is, please understand, making up the mess is so easy and fixing the mess is so difficult. If that much you understand, you will never make a mess. Making a mess is just so easy. Insult somebody, how long it takes? How long it takes? Make it up? Hayyo. That is why you should be so conscious. Take this statement. When you are walking, listen carefully. When you are walking, you sleep. Please watch out. While walking, you sleep. When you sleep, you fall down. Now, what point you should remember? Where you slept or where you fell down? If you don't sleep, will you fall down? If physically getting involved, affected by something is a falling down, your sleep begins from your thought. Are you getting that? SLIP, not SLWP. Sleeping. Are you getting that? I understand. Very important. You remember where you sleep, not where you fall. You sleep at the level of your thought. Then only you fall at the level of your body. So which one you should catch? At the thought level. Being happy with myself. And when you do that, somebody can say, "Oh, Swamiji, romba kashtam, very, very difficult. What you say, I understand very clearly, but don't worry, you are not the only one." Read. Yatato hyapi kaunteya purushasya vipaschitah indriyani pramathini haranti prasabham manah Tani sarvani sanyamya Yukta asita matparah Vashe hi yasyendriyani Tasya prajna pratisthita Yatato yapi kaunteya Purushasya vipaschitah Indriyani pramathini Haranti prasabham manah Tani sarvani sanyamya Yukta asita matparah Vashe hi yasyendriyani Tasya prajna pratisthita. He says, oh, so difficult. He says, don't worry. Yatato hyapi kaunteya. This is so human. These two verses, so human, so understanding, so beautiful. Bhagavan accepts. Hey kaunteya, yatatopi vipaschitaha purushasya. Yatatopi, yatna shilavanapi. Even if somebody is striving very, very sincerely, seriously. Vipaschitaha purushasya. Medhavina vivekinaha purushasya. The person with full discrimination, aware of every logic, aware of every thought, aware of every declaration, and striving sincerely. Even for such a person, indriyani pramathini. Pramathini indriyani manaha prashabam haranti. By habit, sometimes it will be suddenly there will be a moment of forgetfulness, and unconsciously the churning sense organs take away the mind. Before you know, you are engaging yourself in some activity. Does it happen to you? Of course not. Are you getting that? Before you know. Because somehow you have forgotten yourself. Somehow. Now you are talking. Simple talking. It begins with a simple conversation. Becomes a World War II. Simple conversation. Argument. Long before it becomes a gun battle, a fist fight, a gang war, how does it begin? Words. This is my place. Get lost. This is mine. Suppose one fellow goes away. Where is the fight? No, this is mine. What happens? You don't know what you are doing thereafter. Pramathini indriyani. These are all for the very gross person, understand? Very gross person. Because sense organs can never drag a person. Because your dragging begins, as I told you, you slip at the level of the thought. You fall at the level of your body and the sense object. But for a very gross person, totally unaware people, for them sense organs do the talking. Like the fellow says, no, his hands and legs are talking. He is so restless. Hands and legs are talking. You can't. Keep quiet. It's very difficult. Restlessness at the level of the body brings your mind down. It is just like addiction, drug addiction. It has become pathological. Pathological means drug has become a physical necessity. The drug was never a necessity. The drug was a drug. You took the drug. First day, it is no problem. Sensation hits your head. Then you start repeating. When you start repeating, it creates a strong sensation, impression. again and again do it, suddenly it becomes a physical necessity, like nicotine in the body for the smoker, pan parag poison for the chewing guys, and people in Bihar they put that powder underneath, they put it, khaini they call it, tamaku, khaini, tobacco, and it becomes cancerous. They eat pan parag, this is cancer, this is cancer. How many people go through cancer? It doesn't register in his head. It doesn't register. He thinks he will escape, others only can die. Then it becomes a physical necessity. When it becomes a physical necessity, now the body pushes you. That time it is too long. That is why cold turkey, withdrawal symptom. If you stop, your body goes through withdrawal system. You cannot. Like some people, if they don't get angry, the body starts shivering. They don't get angry. Understand the emotion. Hysteric. Hysteric means what? Hysteric. Sometimes you miss a man, you miss a woman. You're lusty, passionate, jealous. Your body shall start trembling. You can't take it. I want to hit the fellow. Or I have to embrace the fellow. Either of the way. Understand the hysteria. Body goes through that. Because physically, your body drives you crazy. Because it has gone to that extent. Like Arjuna, Bepatuscha sarire me roma harshascha jayate. He can't control that emotions. The body is trembling. Haripulation. I can't. What is happening? Mind fully disturbed. Withdrawal symptom. The body goes crazy. It wants drugs. That is the time they commit any crime in the world. Any crime. They will kill anybody, everybody. On that time. Indriyani pramadhini. Manaha prashabham. Prashabham means balatkarena harandi. Forcibly take the mind away into the world. Where is the question of being absolute Brahman? Does it happen to you sometimes? If it happens to you, don't worry. Possibility is there, it may happen. Sometimes you may be unconscious, it may happen. The moment it says that it can happen, that itself is a great relief. Like the alcoholic anonymous. The alcoholic knowing there are other alcoholics also. Abba, I thought I am the only one. There are other smokers also. I thought I was the only one. Appa. So there are also people, however smart, discriminative, contemplative you are, sometimes unconsciously your sense organs drive you crazy. And your whole body churns. Unconsciously take your mind. I must see a movie. Your body becomes restless. Mind takes you away to the movie theater. Mother will say, father will say, doesn't matter. Who cares? I have to meet that man. I have to meet that girl. I have to eat that food. I have to see this. Without telling anybody, they go away. Why they do that? Are you getting that point, please? Because it drives you crazy. The body is driving you now crazy. Very gross. Most people get into that mode. The moment you know, Appa, oh, it happens to other people. Ayo, all right. Then I am not the only one. That itself is a relief. The next, how to get out of it? Tani sarvani sanyamya yukta asita matparaha. Start with what? Tani sarvani indriyani sanyamya. Consciously sit down. Matparaha sanne atmaniyeva atmanatushta sanne. Matparaha. Atmaniyeva atmanatushta. Deliberately I say matparaha. You can read the commentary also which will say matparaha, Ishwara paraha, being Ishwara. No, until now Krishna has not talked about God. So don't worry about that. Now it is pure Sankhya knowledge. Buddhi, thinking and discrimination. Ishvara will come. Next 6th chapter. Bhakti Yoga will come. That time you can tell Ishvara Arpana Buddhi. Given as a hint because you know the subject. But to a person, Tani Sarvani Sanyamya, withdraw your sense organs. Withdraw means what? Sit down. Matparaha asita. Sit down. Asita. Matparaha sanne. I am the happiness, the absolute. Remember this. That is why conscious withdrawal from the sense organ level to the level of your thought, then to yourself. Seeing that when I succumb to that desire, the thoughts go, I am with myself. Karma Yoga Buddhi. You resolve it without the need of the sensation. Without indulging in that activity, you can resolve it. Or consciously take the object, let the sense organs quieten down, and see how thoughts fade away. You are being with yourself. That is why if you have a weakness, consciously indulge in that weakness. You can get out. But usually that thing not talked about it. Why? Because that is Tantra. That is why Tantra comes. Tantra Shastra, where whatever is your weakness, you can use it to get out of it. Like the ladder which brings you down, the same ladder takes you up. It's not that one ladder down, one ladder up. Whichever habit has created your problem, use that habit to get out of it. Why they not ask you to do that? Usually Jnana Marga in Sannyasa, they don't encourage it. The renunciation. Why? Because if the person is not matured, he may lose himself more. Most people do that. That is why it's not talked about. Hush, hush, don't. But if you are a person responsible, conscious, Tani sarvani sanyamya, all indriyani sanyamya, yuktaha sanna, yoga yukta sanna, buddhi yoga, attitude, and happiness imagine, mat paraha asita. Then what will happen? Vashehi yasendriyan, he who can do that, consciously goes back to himself, and therefore yasya indriyani vase, whose sense organs are under his control. Why? Because indriyani indriyartava, he can withdraw his sense organ. Listen carefully. He can withdraw his sense organ. Control does not mean not using the sense organ. Are you getting that point, please? When you say somebody is an ace driver, does it mean he is seated on a parked car? Ace driver. What does he do? He is always seated on the car. Ace driver is not seated on a car. Ace driver is one who drives the car. Listen, one who drives the car and the car is under his control. The car doesn't take him for a drive. When you say you are the master of your domestic help, in your house there are 4 or 5 people to help you out, domestic help. When you say you are the master, does it mean they are all seated and given everyday tairshadam, sambarshadam, good food, but no work? Is it like that? Master means they are working, but as I want them to work, not what they feel like doing. Sense organs are like that. When you say you are the master of your sense organs, not inactive sense organ. But sense organs are active, but as I want them to be active. I see if I want to see. In which direction eyes must see? Wherever I want them to go. Which one I should hear? Whichever I want to hear, use the ears. What the tongue should eat? Whatever I put it there. Thoughts. Driving. Are you getting that point, please? So sense organs, when you say you control the car, is not the car is parked, moving, but as you want to move. You say control your thoughts, it doesn't mean thoughts are useless. Thoughts are, sense organs are moving, but as you want them to move. The thoughts means thoughts are on the move, but as you want them to move. Thoughts are coming, but the thoughts don't take you for a ride. You take the thoughts for a conscious expression. For such a person, tasya prajna pratisthita. So, do it for yourself. Withdraw. Consciously. So, by chance you do fall away certain time, don't grip. Understand? By chance it so happens, you fall for it. By chance it so happens, you forget yourself sometime. It can happen. Before you know, you are already reacting. Angry, jealous, hurtful. By chance it happens, smile. Hey, missed again. That is why I was telling you. By chance, among the friends, students, when you are studying all these things, help somebody to get out of it. Not pull the leg. Don't condemn. These people are angry. These people are short-tempered. These people are an idiot. Help. Okay, that is how the person is. So, other person's anger, other person's meanness, other person's short temper, other person's stupidity is a great test for your wisdom. Because that fellow behaves so unconsciously, it is like when somebody else is your obstacle, helping you to cross the obstacle race. Somebody else is your obstacle when you are driving. He is testing your driving efficiency. You must know how to behave, how to deal. Don't say nobody must be angry, nobody must be... No, that never happens in life. No thought must come, that never happens in life. Thoughts will come. People shall change, react. But you are unaffected. When you are driving on the highway, do you keep your car under control or other people's car under control? So while dealing with people, do you control other people's emotions or you keep your emotions under your control? Your thoughts, your activities. That is how. Matparaha asita. Abide in yourself. And one who does it, and therefore consciously, every thought is expressed. Every sense organ is used. Every activity is undertaken. Tasya prajna pratisthita. Such a person shall never say, I am sorry. I should not have done that. I should not have spoken. Nor shall he defend. Hey, you did it. Yes, I did. You are angry. Yes, I was. You are stupid. Yes, I was stupid. Now what can you tell to the person? If I know my weakness, when you point out, I accept it. Yeah, that's right. I went really stupid. Long before somebody tells you, are you getting that point? You are aware of it. Tasya prajna pratisthita. He abides in himself. More of it we shall see tomorrow. It's so beautiful. Put these things, as I told you, these are all scanner. Put yourself on the taste of it. Do I do this way? Yes. You have made it. Everybody unconsciously sometimes lives this way. The moment you are conscious, you are amazing. Close your eyes.